What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Smell What Coop is Cooking. Hey, you guys, it's starting to get cold outside. Autumn is upon us. On today's episode, I'm bringing you guys lasagna. So step into my tiny kitchen as we hook up this super fire, easy to make, very, very intimidating lasagna. Let's go. What is going down, you guys? All right, here's all the ingredients that I'm going to be using for the meat sauce in this lasagna. Here I have 2 jars of pasta sauce. If you guys want to go ahead and use some homemade pasta sauce, that's totally okay. But for this recipe today, I'm going to go the easy route and I'm going to use these 2 jars. I've also got some dried basil, some Italian seasoning, fennel seeds, freshly chopped parsley, crushed garlic, and some diced onions. The meat we're going to be using for this recipe is going to be 80-20 ground beef, and I also have 1 pound of sweet Italian sausage. I wasn't able to find any of the ground sweet Italian sausage, so I just had to substitute it for these links. If you find yourself in the same situation that I was in, make sure you take the casing off of these links before you start cooking them. All right, I got a large Dutch oven here. I'm going to add some extra virgin olive oil inside, and I'm going to go ahead and start sauteing these onions. Next, I'm going to add my beef and my sweet Italian sausage. I'm going to cook these down until the meat is brown. I would suggest draining this meat after you've cooked it to absorb any of that fat that's still residual inside of the pan. You can blot it out with a paper towel even if you'd like. I would suggest doing it now, because if you do it later like you'll see I did, you're gonna have to skim a bunch of that fat off the top of your pasta sauce, and that's just too much of a hassle. So go ahead and do it right now, you guys. Now that I got that meat cooked up, I'm gonna go ahead and start adding in some of these seasonings. So let's go in with this Italian seasoning, the fennel seeds, and the dry basil. A few cracks of freshly cracked black pepper, and a good pinch of salt as well. Stir all those seasonings in. Make sure you're incorporating all that garlic and onion and all those seasonings we put inside. And then when we're finished, let's go ahead and start adding in our sauce. Into this pot, I'm going to add my 2 jars of pasta sauce. Like I said, you can use fresh if you'd like, or 2 jars of your favorite, whichever one you choose. Don't forget to add about, I'd say, 1/4 cup to 1/2 cup of water to each one of these jars. Put the lid back on and shake it up so you can get all that residual sauce out, and pour it right inside of your pot. Next, I'm going to go in with some freshly chopped parsley. Stir this all up. And let it simmer for about, I'd say, 20 to 30 minutes. Make sure you stir this occasionally so it doesn't stick to the bottom of your pot. And as you guys can see here, all my fat has started to rise to the top. So I'm just going to grab a spoon and skim all that off. And now our pasta sauce is complete. For this lasagna, we're going to need some ricotta cheese. So in a mixing bowl, I'm going to add 16 ounces of ricotta cheese, 1 egg, and about 1/4 cup of parsley. And I'm going to mix these to combine. I'm sitting here thinking, like, why did I use a wire whisk? Switch that up, grabbed a fork, and now I'm going to stir all this up until it's well combined. Once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and cover it up and let this rest in my fridge until I'm ready to use it. Now for one of the supporting stars of this ensemble, we're going to make our lasagna noodles. I have a large salted pot of water boiling. Into this, I'm going to add my noodles. I'm going to par cook these noodles probably about 75% of the way through. That way they don't fall apart on me as I'm trying to build this lasagna. Once they're to my desired liking, I'm going to go ahead and strain these noodles. Then add the noodles to a bowl of cold water. This is going to help stop that cooking process. I'm not going to leave them in for too long, just enough to cool them down so they don't cook anymore. Then I'm going to strain this again. Once strained, go ahead and lay all your noodles out on a tray so we can get started on building this dish. Now that we've cooked all of our major components, it's time to start building this lasagna, you guys. In a large glass baking dish, I'm going to add some of this meat sauce to the bottom, adding a generous amount. I don't want this to stick at all, so I'm going to make sure that I've got good coverage of this meat sauce all at the bottom. Next, I'm going to lay 4 of these noodles down vertically. Make sure they're all lined up evenly and not obtuse and, out of shape. Next, I'm going to add my ricotta cheese. I'm only going to add about 1/3 of this mixture because I'm going to need some to go on my other layers. So with my silicone spatula, I'm just going to put some ricotta cheese down and evenly spread that all the way across all my lasagna noodles. Now I'm going to add some more of this meat sauce. Spread that over the entire thing evenly. Next, go in with some of this fresh shredded mozzarella that we have here. And I've also got some freshly grated Parmesan cheese as well. Go ahead and sprinkle both of those over the top. All right, now that's one layer done. I'm gonna go the opposite way, the horizontal direction, with another layer of these noodles. Add some more ricotta cheese. Add some more meat sauce. And add some more of this shredded cheese. And now for my final layer, I'm gonna go back the opposite way again. Now I'm going back vertically. I'm gonna layer another layer down of these lasagna noodles and repeat the process. More ricotta cheese, more meat sauce, more Parmesan cheese and shredded cheese. When I shredded up my mozzarella, I went ahead and sliced up a few slices that I knew I was going to be putting on top of this lasagna. And I'm going to go in with those now, evenly adding them all over this dish. And now our lasagna is built. Now I'm going to cover this up, add it to my preheated 350-degree oven, and cook this for about 30 to 40 minutes. And after that 30 to 40 minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and take my lasagna out, take the cover off. Whoo, look at it already, you guys. This is looking almost good enough to eat. But it's not ready yet because we're gonna do one more thing to it. I'm gonna pop this lasagna into a low preheated broiler. I'm gonna broil this lasagna until the cheese on top starts to get golden brown like I want it. Let's get this bad boy out of the broiler. Ooh, looking so nice. Go ahead and finish it with some of this chopped parsley. And there you have it, the moment Smell What Coop is cooking fans have been waiting for. The lasagna! That was my best impression of Bruce Buffer, you guys. Sorry to make myself look like a jackass, but here we have it, the finished product. Now let's go ahead and let this rest. And after it's rested, I'm gonna go ahead and cut into this bad boy. Break me off a piece. Woo, look at this, nice and cheesy. Let's go ahead and get this on a plate so we can get a little scoop for Coop. Finish this off with some more of this freshly chopped parsley. Some crushed red pepper. Go ahead and cut myself a piece off. Look at that, you guys. Looking super bomb. Man, hey, you guys, you will not go wrong with this recipe. This is one of the best lasagnas I've made. Try this one out. Let me know how you guys like it in the comment section.
There you guys have it.
lasagna. I know this recipe can sometimes be a little bit intimidating because you don't know which way to layer it, but hopefully after today's episode, you guys know exactly what to do. So don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share with a friend or foe. You already know. We'll catch you right back here next week for another episode of Smell What Coop is Cooking.